Welcome to Sex Education, and today I'm your host, Chimerize Henry Ahonaya. Thank you to all those who are joining, those who are watching us, and those who will be watching us later. Today in the house, as usual, I have Mr. Marvelous Achafo, host of Qrealtalk, and we'll be having Zamani Apopeka, who will be joining us later on the show. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about STD, sexually transmitted diseases, and STI, sexually transmitted infection. Something with is sweet, they kill, as my people they talk about. And let us invite Mr. Achafo into the studio. Welcome, Mr. Marvelous. How are you doing?
Thank you so much.
Lovely.
I'm doing very well. I think on the STD today we are zooming on annual wax, Abby.
Yes, we are going to be talking on annual wax. As I like to call it, already for inside yash. You know, if your yash they sweet you, they think they torture you, your dick they scratch you, they pain you, it means that you could have contacted an STD or an STI. So, Mr. Marvelous, welcome to the show. Let's dive into this topic. We know that we have been talking about how to have sex, how to do blowjobs, how to have different sex position on the whole matter. Today, on today's topic, give us a briefing of what is annual wax. Somebody will know Sabi book as a layman. How can you define annual wax to them? What is annual wax?
Okay, annual wax is called human. You know, sir, I'm not a doctor. Please, before I am not a doctor. Let me just say that first. I am just being plain. A disclaimer.
Wait, let me go.
I'll feel yourself. Please.
We are not medical doctors or medical practitioners. We are only television doctors and entertainers. So please. Our advice and our suggestion are strictly from research and personal experience.
God bless you. Thank God you clarified that. Research and personal experience. So annual wax is called, it's the short form. It's called HPV, but in the long form, it's called human papillomavirus, just like HIV, human immune virus is called HPV, human papillomavirus. So what does it do? It's a virus. So basically, and it's not curable, but there are different strains now. And some strains can get cured on their own and fall off on their own.
So you're telling me that if I have annual wax, that they are
it's most likely there's no cure for annual wax. Yeah, the condition can only be treated.
But there are some annual wax that can go on its own.
That go on its own, yes.
It goes on its own, does it mean it disappears or it goes?
Yeah, it disappears like it
are not there. Which one?
No, it goes like it goes. It just becomes yes. Basically, like they will not call it curable, but it's like you become like suppressed from it. So you basically don't have those triggers anymore. It just like goes on its own. So there are some strains of annual wax like that. But the only thing about annual wax are the conditions can be treated. They can be treated. And the ways we'll talk about the treatment towards the end of it. But let's just start with what causes annual wax. What causes it is basically you can get it through skin to skin.
Sorry, but from my personal findings, I discovered there are different type of wax.
Yeah, that's what we are going to get there. That's what I say. We'll start with annual wax, the ones that affect the community members mostly, and annual wax, which is gotten through unprotected sex.
So annual wax is. I'm coming. I'm asking you because I want to clarify.
Do you have wax?
I don't have wax.
No, do you have it?
Disclaimer: I don't have wax. Stop trying to body shame or shame or
I'm not body shaming you. I'm not body shaming you. The way you're asking me, as if
no, but first and foremost, I actually ask someone go ask now, especially when you understand.
Okay, so go ahead.
I don't understand what you talk about. I don't get what we were talking about. I just want to clarify. So there are different type of wax, but the wax we're talking about is only the one that affects the annual cavity, which is the yash. Okay.
Yeah. Those are annual wax. So forget it's not body shaming. And I think that word they should not use that body shaming in wax, because I tell wax that wax can be a very serious thing. It's better for you to get treatment. A lot of people hide this wax and they'll say, oh, I don't want people to know, I don't want them to shame me. And I tell them, see, please, I beg. It's better for you to it's better for you to I'm getting feedback from you, sorry. It is better for you to reserve yours. No, it has stopped. It has stopped.
Okay.
It has stopped. So I say it's better for you to go through that and bear that. And yes, people will not even shame, because people feel like people will shame. I tell people, say, now shame shame catches someone only once. You get shamed just once, but after that, then you get your solution. Because whether you like it or not, what you're after is your solution. So I tell people that please seek solution. And let's just start from the ways that you can get this anal wat. How you can get it is basically from unprotected sex, mainly, or from unprotected. That is anal wat. There are other type of wats too. Wats appear in all parts of the body, in the neck, in the arm. It can go anywhere. Even some go inside.
I'm sorry, if I touch somebody that has anal wats, I can't get it through touching. I can't get it through kissing.
Through anal wat, no, you can get it through touching. But it could appear on other sides of your body.
Yeah,
but it could be on other sides of your body. Yeah, it could be on other sides of your body. It could probably not be in your genitals. And you could even get wats. Wats, even, you could get it inside your body, which can be like internal wats. Maybe in your throat. You can have wats of the throat. Maybe someone has what, genital wats, and then you swallow the cum. You could probably get wats in your throat. It happens to people. So there are many cases like that could get wats in your throat. So wats is something that is very, very serious. It happens to all part of the body. But I'll first like to start with the anal one before we go to the body one, because the body ones are harder to contact than the anal ones, which is easier because of the rate of unprotected sex. And I tell you that
why is the anal one more easier to get?
It's more easier to get because sex is one of the highest ways you transmit diseases. Very, very like high risk diseases, and anal wat is like a high risk one. Anal wat is like high risk, so it's easier for you to get it that way. And I tell people that please, if you get anal wat too, or you get symptoms of anal wat, please get tested, because anal wat is the highest skin symptom of HIV. So it's most likely, I use the word again, but you could have anal wat and still be HIV negative, but most likely it's the highest skin symptom of HIV. So if you get anal wat, there's a tendency for you to have HIV, and you need to go for a test, a medical checkup, a medical test, so that you get everything, and like you check everything and you make sure that okay, everything is fully intact, I am fully safe, and you know that you are safe and you are not just sorry. So I tell people that please go for a checkup, check yourself, and that's just the thing. And in anal wat, this thing, the prevention. Let's talk about prevention first. Prevention is wear a condom. If you wear a condom, you are less likely to have it. And please, if you see someone with any symptoms of anal wat, please do not have sex with the person. Please do not have sex with the person. And I also tell people that please, if you have anal wat too, or you have genital wats, please do not go on hookup too and go and embarrass yourself. And when the person goes, has it, because it becomes something very stigmatized. So please do not go on sex capades when you are having what. First, get yourself treated. We'll talk about treatment. But let me just pause. Okay, you go ahead.
We have Zamani. Zamani, welcome.
Zamani's on.
To the stream. Welcome, Zamani. Zamani has also disappeared when I. Nigerian Nectar is an eyesore. Zamani just disappeared. But carry on, Mr. Achafo.
No. I'm done. That's what I just had to say. I had to just say that please. We'll move on to the prevention later on, but I just wanted you to give your own side or give your own part. So it doesn't look as if I'm the one talking and sounding like
you've been the one.
Still going to talk about
the one sounding. So don't be like, I want to be like you. You've been talking.
Sorry, my love. Sorry, my love. Carry on.
Sorry,
my love. You'll be DJ today, DJ Zamani.
Welcome, Mr. Zamani. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. And as today we are talking about anal wax, and we did explain what anal wax is, and we are going into the prevention. For me, like I said,
but you can still talk about the cause. You can still talk about causes or your own experience. Somebody you had experience with, because experience. You can't hear us. You have a problem with your headphone.
Yes, I think you have a problem with your headphone. I can hear it. Can you hear us now? But for me, I've not had no experience with nobody who has anal wax, Mr. Chapo. So I cannot really relate to that experience. Or like Marvelous has said earlier, I just want to ask Achafo, because Achafo has been the one speaking. Achafo, what are the symptoms? Like
both of us are speaking. Please, both of us are speaking. Please don't throw me on the spot and make me feel like an otherwise expert. And like I said again, thank God you used the disclaimer. It's just my own because I worked as a social worker for a period of time, so I gathered some information. But Chimereze too is also an expert, a professional.
Yes,
Doctor.
I'm an expert in. I'm not an expert, but to an extent, I have some experiences when it comes to sexual, having sex and everything. But when it comes to STD, I have like a general knowledge about STDs and STI. But one thing I want to add is that if you notice that after having sex, your body they do you somehow. Your body is sweeting you. Your yash is scratching you. Your penis is scratching you. Please, don't go on Google and start Googling. We have this trend where we go on Google and type Google, what I'm having rashes on my body, I'm having this. And Google on its own has a way of telling you that everything you have is chronic. I'm having migraine. Google, what do I have? Google will say you have cancer. So stop trusting Google.
If they scratch you, they call them sweetie.
If you scratch you, they tell you, oh, you're having skin cancer. So Google has a way of interpreting everything or calling everything signs of chronic diseases. You could just be having a normal regular rash because the sun is, the heat from the sun is on your skin. So my advice to anyone who is experiencing a difference in their change, in the change of the body rather, is visit your local doctor. Visit your local doctor. Things are changing in your body. Also, run to the pharmacy, run to the clinic, run to the hospital, do a medical test. I feel the earlier you treat it, the better for you. Though that marvelous are saying what doesn't have cure, I've seen people comment that say, oh, you can cut it off and things that can be done. So the earlier you discover,
so they can be treated. Please, don't misquote me.
It cannot be
treated. It's symptoms, yes. The Warts is just a symptom of the virus. That skin warts or the bumps that develop is just a symptom of the virus. Some people can have warts and it doesn't even show on their body. Even it's estimated that every sexually active person will get warts at some point in their life, but it will not show and the body will automatically just suppress it and it will automatically just vanish without the person not showing. But in some extreme cases, that's when it shows out. Or in some cases, and that's why they said in some cases it's just a skin symptom of HIV. But in some cases, it's just the person having extreme extreme warts, overload of warts, and just showing, or viral load, that's the word, viral load of warts, and just showing on the body. I just had to clarify that. And because I know that, and I insisted on the this thing that please, prevention, always use CD, use condom, no matter how. Prevention, we're going to talk about prevention, we'll talk about treatment, and just basically everything that we can touch.
What if I have a partner and I trust my partner and we've been having sex?
If you trust your partner, your partner gives you. If you trust your partner, okay, land. No, ask
how do I even have this conversation about, I want to have protection? So sometimes it could be people have partners to trust, and at the end of the whole day, they get these STDs or STI because one person, contracted it out of unfaithfulness or, vice versa.
And that is an issue you both have to solve with yourself. And I always tell people, unless you trust your partner 100%, please do not jeopardize your safety or put your safety in another man's hand. It could end up in tears and it could end up with permanent mistakes. That's one thing I would advise people, because I've seen different this thing. I know a particular person too. I've shared that story before about a partner who had there were two partners rather, and one was one had HIV, one got unfaithful, contracted HIV. Was actually the one of them contracted HIV and was sleeping with the other one. The other one was my friend, and I managed to find out through testing. I was a social worker and found out that this person, the other one, has HIV, and yet it was not coming from medication. I even tested the person. Let me say it blank. Okay, let me be honest. I tested the person, found out it was positive a long time ago, then found out that he was dating my friend later on along the line. And I said, see, you should not come for your medical checkup, or come for your drugs as regular as possible. We'll keep on calling you that, where are you? This one, that one. You say you are in Abeokuta today, you are in this one tomorrow, you are going from pillar to post, you are never there. And I'm sure that your viral is not suppressed. And my friend does not know about this your condition, because I tried putting to my friend that, use PrEP, use this, use protection. He said, no, don't worry, I trust my partner. He's very, very loving. He's the best man in the world, this and that. But we're trying to pamper it like, he even got to a point when I was kept kept on insisting. So why am I insisting? It's something. So I felt like before I give a turn off, or before I say something that gives it off, let me withdraw. And in our job, it is wrong. You can even get sued for it if you expose somebody's status. You can get sued. You can get some prison time for it. It's something like very, very serious. You can get a fine or even get fined. So I just avoided it and left him to continue and this thing. And along the line, sha, he infected that my friend, and that was how the thing became bad, and it just became messy. That was just the thing. So I tell people that please and please, unless you trust people, please do not, what's the word? You can vouch for them 100%, which you cannot vouch for people 100%. Do not jeopardize your sexual health, because your sexual health is basically your health in general. Do not jeopardize your health for anybody. It is better to use condom and know at least you are safe and protecting yourself from all these STIs, especially what that could be very, very shameful, very, very disgraceful, and could just affect your self-confidence and even your mental health in general. I just had to say that.
That is indeed a very, very sad story. And this should be a lesson to many of us. Never put your health in another person's hands. Please, I'm getting it in another person's hand. Take full control of your sexual health. Mr. Zamani, do you have anything to say concerning this topic?
Sorry, I keep it. I have just
We can't hear
Aman, I
you.
can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
hear me.
Yeah, where's your earpiece? I think earpieces are better than headsets.
It's not
You know if you buy earpiece of
I
500.
see what he has the money on the show. Basically, is the money no fee buy earpiece? Buy them for him now. Just the money, please don't mind that for. But speak, I cannot hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, just increase your volume a bit.
Okay. One thing I have about this topic is that some guys they know they have work, yet they do not want to treat the work. Like they are ashamed to go to the clinic or the hospital like to get diagnosed and start treatment. But the earlier you start treatment, the better. If you start treatment in a very early stage, it will be very it will be very simple, it will be very manageable. Though it will be very manageable, and they will hardly notice it. They will even notice that you have it. It will vanish, but it will not leave your blood. That if you stop the treatment. But I have a friend that said that I asked him how did he do it. He said he went through chemotherapy
He went to
and
what? Sorry, I didn't hear you. He went to what?
through chemotherapy. I think nobody knows about it.
He went to chemotherapy.
Yes,
Okay,
chemotherapy
sure.
used some what's it called? Some drugs to flush it out of the system because this part of the thing is on the blood. It's on the blood. So even if you cut stuff from your skin, it will always go back. No matter how you cut stuff from your skin, it will always go back. So that was it. So he said he killed it with the blood, then he now used chemotherapy to remove it from his skin. So I was like, okay, no problem. And I also have a friend in the room here that said kills what too. He said he has killed so many places of art, one that looks like mushroom, one that look like floppy things, different types. So I think there's a way you can actually kill it from my own understanding that if you're serious killing it.
So, to be honest, I hardly heard what you said, but this is what I was able to catch. That there are some people who have this work, but instead of them going to the clinic, they are ashamed to go to the clinic, right? That was what you said. And there is someone who had what and went to chemotherapy and actually
Yeah.
cut it off. But because what goes in the bloodstream, it cannot be cut off. You have to go on treatment.
Yes.
Okay, got you. Just to clarify what he had said for those who could not hear, because your volume, to be honest, your volume is very, very low. I could only
Yeah, and
hear
I can
nothing.
get feedback, and I don't know if I'm the only one getting feedback, like something making noise or something.
Yes, I'm getting the feedback too. But let's carry on. So we've talked about, we've clarified that what doesn't have a cure. If you don't get anything from today's viewers, get this. There is no cure for what, but there are treatments. Just to clarify, is what actually in the bloodstream? Zamani said someone says is in the bloodstream. Marvelous, you agree with that statement? It's what actually in the bloodstream.
Yeah, it's a virus. So viruses are meant to be in the bloodstream. Yes, virus works with blood now, so it's obvious. It
So
gets through your body. It could be through sweat, it could be through semen, it could be through blood. But what it goes through your bloodstream. It remains in your blood, just like HIV. You get HIV through multiple ways. You get HIV through semen, because people try to make it like, oh, your blood needs to enter your blood before it goes through your bloodstream or becomes in your bloodstream. No, semen could give you HIV, and HIV is a virus, and it remains in your bloodstream. And when you suppress it, it goes into you, hides in your bone marrow and some other parts. So that's how it is. So it's just like what too. So it works with your bloodstream. It works with your just like what I said earlier. That's what the man is just trying to see. Like it's not something that is curable. It's something that your body can fight and suppress it if you have a good immune system, or if the thing comes out with skin symptoms, then you can use other. You can use treatment to get them cured. The treatment, we're still going to talk about the treatment lengthy, but now we're just trying to break down, talk about just going into
before
things.
we go
And for me,
before we go into the treatment, I just want to say for Lapo, we see your comments. Thank you. Let me show it so that people can see the comments. If you are watching, please comment what you think below. Ask your question. We are here to answer your question. Share your own experience on how you feel or what you've experienced or how you had to handle your own what if you're comfortable talking about that, or what you advise that the community should do in a situation when you discover someone is about to have sex and the person had wax. Now, I feel another thing we should talk about is before we go into the prevention, there's instances where we're about to hook up or we're about to have a sexual pleasure with somebody and we notice some strange things in their body. So many of us just behave so childish and be like, I know do again, no. What is this now? You are dirty. Come over here waiting this. No, that is an immature way to behave. You want to have sex with somebody, you notice an unusual growth. The first and foremost thing, you feel very uncomfortable to talk about it. You have a mixed feeling. Should I talk about it? Should I pretend like it's not there? Please, it is your body. You have a right to say no at any time in doing intercourse or after or before. One thing you need to do first is if you notice a growth on somebody's body, on somebody's pubic area, please first and foremost say, oh, girl, I know we're about to go into this, but what is this on your body? The person has the obligation to explain to you his sexual health because you are about to join your body together. So once she has explained his sexual health and he says he has this, or you notice he doesn't have a clean bill of health, please withdraw. Act in a very matured way, not to shame or reduce the person's confidence. And thank you. Let's go into the treatment. So
I just had to say, wait, before going forward, I had to say that please, if you have something to stay in your house, do not go on a sex escapade. It is wrong. If you know that you have something, stay in your house. Sit down in your house. Zamani, please, can you be muting your mic? Say, in case you want to talk, just on mute.
Please,
if not, the feedback is so much. The feedback is so much. Like it's almost here. Just say something.
Okay.
Yeah, no, say something. No, let Zamani go. He wants to say.
Okay.
One thing that is so annoying, so fucking annoying about in Nigeria is that some of them they will know they have Warts, yet they'll still take that dirty upstairs and go and meet the guys outside. And they will start embarrassing themselves. Okay, you have Warts. Before leaving your house.
Wait, make I ask you that this question. Are you saying because somebody has an STD or an STI, the person should no longer have a sexual pleasure?
Please, what is obvious and what can be, it is basically a lot of treatment.
So it cannot be
no,
cured.
You can treat that condition and not see. You can treat that condition and not make people see it. It's something that is very, very easy. You can just book an appointment. I know a place that they get it treated. I'm not going to mention them because, like I said, with any organization, I'm not going to run free publicity for you. If you are not paying us, if you do not support us, we are not in any way to run free publicity for you. But if I know that a lot of community members
get treatment, ask us privately in our social media account, which is
you can ask us privately. Yeah. That's probably.
Zamani, what is your own personal account?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What is your Instagram handle first before you go on?
I have two issues.
Wahala. Just come up first.
They will know.
They're not gonna kill me for this.
They will not tell the top that I have what to look at it, to look at it. As you will open up to talk.
Wait, Zamani, wait, calm down. They will tell the top that I have what to look at it too. Now market to the now market to the advertise.
Now Bendan Select. Bendan Select. You know when you go to the market and you go to Bendan Select, buy your bra, buy your bra. No, now. Naturally, it's okay for people to feel uncomfortable to tell you about the STDs and STIs you have.
If you're uncomfortable, nobody has to know.
Let me get because society stigmatizes you already. So it's okay, but at least sit down in your. That's why we talked about communication. Before you go to have sex, you should have sex chat. In your sex chatting and baby fucking out all this and kiss me this, tell the person this are waiting I get to, I don't treat her or I they treat her. So that they go understand, say, okay, this are what you get and you are treating them.
What is the man they talk since? Well, I know they do is
Zamani, I cannot hear you. Can you unlock and come back again? Because I'm pretty sure your phone must have like a speaker. So log out and log in again so that we can hear what you're saying. Because at the end of the whole day, you're trying to say something, but the viewers may not be able to hear what you're saying. Log out and log in again.
So, I'll still say it again. I do not believe in Zamani's method of trying to advertise the thing to the top.
I can hear myself now. Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay, go on. You say you don't.
Because I said the feedback was crazy.
But I don't advertise. Hello.
No, I don't.
Adedayo. Thank you. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name properly. Thank you for joining us.
I don't believe in Zamani's method of advertising it to your top. Top, come and see you. I have what? No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying no one even has to know. No top has to know. No BTM has to know. But just get treatment if the skin symptoms are showing. Many people have what and they do not know. What makes people know or what makes it obvious to you and everyone is when the skin symptoms get to develop. And like I said before, first, all you need to do is do most important, an HIV test. If you don't have money for an online general test, you can do an HIV test first.
HIV test is free in Nigeria, right?
It's free, yes. HIV test is
free. And in Toronto, HIV testing are free in Ontario. If you are looking for unlike Marvelous, if you are looking for
even in South Africa,
in Toronto, there is the hassle-free clinic where you could go to do your regular testing, which is free. Hassle-free clinic.
You sound like Marvelous. You are giving people publicity. Are they going to pay us?
I want people to know where they can go and because their life is
okay. Let me advertise. Let me advertise
our show.
Let me advertise the. Let me be running the publicity for the NGOs. Let me run publicity for the NGO because I said I'm not going to run free publicity. No, if you want us to mention your and this thing on our show, sponsor our show now. Come and sponsor us. Then we'll be running free. Like I said, there are many clinics in Nigeria that can get this thing treated for you easily. There's chemotherapy, like Zamani said. I'm trying to remember the therapy, but it's when they freeze it, either through freezing or some. I think there's a new one I heard now that kind of
treatment. So the treatments it can be frozen.
Yeah, just touching on it. Yes, just touching on it. Okay, let's just move into before we go into treatment, I'd like to say something generally. Please, there are lots of people too that do that thing. Just talking about still hampering on what Zamani said and everything. The thing needs to be addressed. Where I was going to before, that we need to get to a point whereby honesty and being our brother's keeper is our watchword. Honestly, we need to get to those points because we see a lot of community members these days, lots of tops that when they become, sorry, a lot of BTMs, I will use that word BTMs that will get an hour or verse, or maybe even verse top, they play the bottom, they get an hour, and instead of getting treatment, they now convert and become full top, and just keep on topping people, and not, when they are busy, they are having what.
So if you're a bottom, does it show in your hand? So let's talk about that. I really want to talk about it. So as a bottom, why do
if you're not bottom, I don't think it shows. I don't think it shows unless you've been rimmed. I know of one particular person that said that he got it when he was rimmed. I think you can get it when you're rimmed. So I know someone that said he got it when he was rimmed. And the person is like very, very close to him. So I actually believed, and I test, and I did not find any symptom of HIV, because he said I used CDs, but I was rimmed. I rimmed for a very, very long time, and I got it, and I felt like so yes, and I tested this person for HIV, and it was negative, and I was surprised, like, and I truly believe, he said, like, he's being honest, it was rimmed, and that was the way he got it. So you can actually get it through that way. If you're a top and you're
I have just a disclaimer: having what doesn't mean you're automatically HIV positive.
Yes, that's what I said. Yes, yeah, that's why I had to clarify. That's why I use that guy as an example. People say it's the highest, according to a medical report, it's the highest skin symptom of HIV. So, but I tell people again that is very, very harmful. When you are a BTM before, or a fast bottom, or a fast top, you do not play top before. But because you have an hours, you automatically just switch to top, because like a normal thing for them now, they will just become top. And so I'm a top now, I'm trying to top people, and that's just pure wickedness. That's evil. That's you being evil. That's just an evil way to get over this thing. Go on.
You are the devil. Go and get on 2 legs.
Go and get treatment. Go and get treatment, and when you get treatment, that's the only way you can become better. That's the only way you can. And finally, people should still stick to the end, because we're going to talk about treatment. We'll talk about the native way. We'll talk about the native way, the medical way, the surgical way. So people should stick to the end.
But apart from anal wax, right? I don't understand how people have things like gonorrhea or chlamydia or syphilis, and they know they have it, and they will intentionally, or even HIV, and they will intentionally want to spread it to other people. That's pure wickedness.
It's just pure wickedness. It's evil. They are evil people.
Please, don't spread it. Use condoms. Discuss this issue with your sexual partner, and
you know the funny thing. You know the funny thing. The thing that annoys me the most is that community members, they do not like to talk about STI. They pretend like it doesn't exist. They try to avoid it. They try not to talk about it. Normally, for having normal sex education, comments would have been popping up that have been bombarding us with comments. But when it comes to STI or sexual health talk, people just tend to shy away.
See, it is even a difficult topic for us to even bring on sex education. I know when people originally said it, I was like, why should we even talk about it? Because
it's very, very important. Whether we like it or not.
I know it's important, but people just
topping the charts.
But people just
forget everything we're doing on breaking news. Forget breaking news wahala or this thing. I'm saying it out. I'm going to be specific. Breaking news wahala. Yes, we're facing homophobia. But the biggest challenge to LGBTQI members are their sexual health. It has even been used against us on many occasions, where they say, "Oh, these people are a bunch of people filled with HIV," and they say 6 out of every 10 gay men is going to get HIV. And they are even saying that the rates are going to increase. So that we like it or not, it's like a pandemic, or it is a pandemic in the community. And we need to start talking about it. And the way we can talk about it is being open, having healthy conversations about it. Yes. Whether we like it or not, we are going to be bringing different. Yes.
Allow me to speak, sir. Please, thank you.
Okay, sorry.
I know. If we can have this conversation of fuck me, what's your role freely, I feel the conversation of being HIV positive, undetectable, or having STDs and STIs should become a normal conversation. We should stop the stigma we bring with this conversation. When you have it, again, most people, when they have it, they don't want to go to the clinic. Now let's talking about prevention. They don't want to go clinical. They will tell you, I get one or go. If you drink cap, you will cure everything. People will rather go and be or go on Google and type how to treat this at home remedies. My dear, please leave all those your home remedies.
But home remedies can actually work too. Because that's how I'm going to the home remedies. Because some people say they use it and work.
But for me, I feel you should leave your home remedy at home. Go to the clinic, do a
medical
health test. Go and use all the injection they use in the clinic. And then when you are satisfied, a clean bill of health, then you go about your business. not drinking ogogoro. So now going into the treatment, Mr. Marvelous, we'll go straight to you. Please come back on the line. But let me read the comments now. How do I put Ogene? Ogene, I'm going to read Ogene's comment. It says, "What is the difference between annual wat and what is the other word there? Hemo? Is it
Hemorrhoids.
hemorrhoids?
Hemorrhoids. Yes. How can one differentiate between the two and treatment?
The treatment.
Okay. Let me just try with my, like I said, hemorrhoids are, from my knowledge, I believe hemorrhoids are pile. They are just pile that come out and they can be pushed. And hemorrhoids is not something so. What's the word? Hemorrhoids? The difference between anal warts and hemorrhoids, that hemorrhoids are pile. Pile is what they call hemorrhoids. That's PILE. When your anal this thing opens up, and you know what pile is. When they say, some people say even too much sugar can cause it. When the pile, the inner. Huh?
If I take too much sugar.
Yes, people say sometimes too much sugar could make your pile come out. Could make it easily come out. It's like the inner this thing of this thing. So it's not just hemorrhoids is not hemorrhoids, which is pile. For those that do not understand the big language, it's not anal warts. Pile and hemorrhoids can just even be pushed back up. They can even hot water treatment can work. There are even little treatments that could even work and just get you treated for pile. It's just in extreme cases where you have to use where you have to get medical help, where you have to visit this thing. Extreme cases, especially when it's happening occasionally, and that's when you need to get treatment. But hemorrhoids are not very, very serious, unlike warts or anal warts that remain there. Hemorrhoids, you can just even have it. Some people that say they just push it back up, immediately it comes up. And some people even use different kind of like herbal mixtures and this, and it's not something serious unless it's coming in occasionally and it's becoming a big problem, like occasionally coming out, your pile is coming out, your inner list is coming out, and that's when it becomes a problem. So I think that's, if you guys want to add anything,
yes,
maybe I forgot.
I think that's enough explanation. Sorry, Mr. Zamani, your feedback. Please, could you mute your mic when you want to talk, so we don't have the feedback. Zamani, please mute your mic. The feedback is coming too much from the end. Please mute your mic. The feedback is too much from your end. See that? When you want to talk, then you're on mute. Thank you. So let's go to the second comment before as we go into the treatment. Now from Adebayo again, it says, "You're right. Our sexual health is what is used to identify us by homophobes and straight people. We should be able to find the pride in having sexual health conversation with our partners. That is why we thought it's wise to have sex education. When we talk about those things, even though we are not like all mastered up in biology, physics, or chemistry, with our basic knowledge and being on this show, we could have people who are medical practitioners who can give us suggestions or who can correct us in different episodes through the comment section. That is why the comment section is open. If you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching from Instagram, please comment beneath this video. We want to know what your thoughts are and what you feel we are getting right and what you feel we are getting wrong. Thank you, Mr. Marvelous. Are you still with me? Achafo. Marvelous. We also have another comment. It says, hemorrhoids is actually a swollen vein in the anus. It's not a skin disease like warts. Thank you, Adebayo. I think we are having a little issue with Marvelous and Zamani, but at this point, I just want you guys to comment what you feel.
Can you guys? Oh, sorry.
Yes, I can
sorry,
hear you now.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
I want you guys to comment what you feel. I want you to comment what you feel, what you disagree with us, what you think.
Oh, thank you for even clarifying that, Adebayo. No, I just want to thank Adebayo for saying that. No, continue, go on.
What you think we should add or what we missed out, please in the comment section, let it be active. Let us know what your thoughts are. So going on treatment, Mr. Marvelous Achafo, what are the proper medical treatment we should expect from the hospital if we are going to the hospital to treat what? What is the first thing you think we are likely to treat what?
I think I'm going to break it down into 3 stages. The first one, I'll start with the best, then move to the second best, and then the least best. So the first one is surgical treatment. The second one is tropical medication medication treatment, and the third one is home remedies, which some people have said that probably work. So the first one, which is the best, I tell people, it is surgery. It is two ways: either the freezing with liquid nitrogen, freeze the warts wherever it is with liquid nitrogen, and then it falls off. Some people have said that it's a bit painful, that it's just painful after then, but after then it just leaves you
Will
off.
they
And
give you
some people,
anesthesia when they are doing that?
probably they would. Probably they would. I would not know, because I know. I wish Samani's talk was better. I would probably have shed more light on how he went through his own process and everything. But yeah,
Somebody didn't mention he has what, or he had what?
oh, did he say he had what? No, I thought he said he went through chemotherapy or something.
I never heard him say he had what, but I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
oh,
know if he
oh,
said
I
if he
don't. I thought that was like, because the network was like really, really bad too. It didn't
I
just
don't really think he
maybe
had.
it's his
I
friend.
think it says a friend had.
Okay,
Let's just
friend.
clarify
Oh,
that. I think he
thank
said his
God.
friend had,
Ah,
not him.
okay, thank you. I had to, because the network was more food up. That's why I said that there was so much feedback. I could barely hear anything because of what I. So I say this thing. So like I said again, it is the surgery could be the best way to do it. I'm seeing something from Adebayo that is saying that it could be bacteria
What's
or
up?
viral. Whilst are
I,
STIs that could be bacteria or viral. Please, Adebayo, please, I would love you to share more light on that, because what I know what as is HPV, human papilloma virus, and it's a
and
virus, and a virus,
that's what
and a
Google
virus
says.
can never be bacteria. Huh?
Even on Google, it says on Google, if you go
Yeah,
type Google and type in annual wax,
yeah,
it is it is a virus. It doesn't say it's a bacteria.
yeah.
And
That's why I'm
viruses, I
surprised.
think viruses are
Viruses are different
disease.
from bacteria. The
They
virus
are
are,
not
yeah, viruses are like,
different.
they are viral. Viruses are
Yes.
viral. Like,
So what's
unlike
the difference
bacteria,
between
bacteria are,
infection and disease? What's an infection and what's a disease?
no. It could be an infection or a disease. Could either be bacteria or virus, and virus is
So a
viral.
virus can be
That's
an
what.
infection.
Yeah. Virus can be an infection. Yes.
I honestly thought viruses are things you just get.
No. Sexually
No, no,
transmitted STI, sexually transmitted infections. HIV falls under it, and HIV is a virus. What falls under it too? Because what is a virus? But a virus could either, on an infection or a disease, could that be bacterial or viral? And when some people mean by viral is a virus. For something to be viral, it has to be a virus. So I think that's literally, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not medical, but I would love Adigu
please, we would love to have
here.
a medical doctor who wants to be on the show. Please, we would like to have one. And if
Yeah.
you are a
So,
medical doctor, please comment beneath, be doing the live or after, and correct us on where we missed to that.
where did Chimmy music go? So, guys, comment if you guys can still see me, please. Let me be sure I'm not the only one that this is happening to. Comment if you guys can still see me. I think Chimmy is off. So you guys should comment if you guys can still see me. Let me see if I'm still. Can you guys still see me? Drop a comment if you can still see me.
Sorry, I think I went out. I am back. You know how technology is. Please carry on, Mr. Chafo.
Oh, was I still showing? I was even
Yes,
telling people to comment if they can still see me. I was telling people to comment if they could still see me.
You were still sharing. I was the one who went out. My browser just crashed for no reason. I don't know what I was saying. If you're a doctor, please comment during the live or after. Tell us what we misquoted or what we got right to help support this. Go on the treatment. So you talked about the freezing, the surgical aspect, right?
Yeah.
What is the second way of
So like I said, I'm still speaking. I was still speaking on the surgical aspect. It could either be freezing, which is true liquid nitrogen. It could either be could either be used through what's the word? Could either be used through lasers. It could either use electric shock or lasers to burn them off. The doctor should use them through surgery. Those are the two ways that they do it. But if there's any other way, somebody could educate me. I think that's the two ways. Some of my friends that have gone through it, or people that have heard the experience, it says either through electric shock, they use it to burn it off, or through lasers, or the normal one, the most popular one is true. That surgical aspect is true, using like liquid nitrogen to freeze them off. That's the way you could do it. And the other, I'm listening again, sorry, number 2, which is the medications. There are medications that work. The most popular one is podophyllene. Podophyllene works fantastically well. I see people that use it and they say, oh, it does magic. Podophyllene does magic. They apply it on the area.
Sorry, I can't pronounce it. But is this a drug?
Podophyllene. Yeah, you could get it on. Yeah, you could get it on the counter, over the counter.
Okay.
You get it over the counter, but I also know some NGOs in Nigeria that give it out. Like I said again, I'm not mentioning this. I'm not doing free publicity, and you know the reason why I'm saying that. I'm not going to do free publicity. Yeah, so I'm not going to do free publicity.
You could privately inbox us due to certain reason. We don't want to give free for.
Yeah, we don't want to give publicity. Due to certain reasons too. Like I said, until an official NGO reaches out to us that, oh, we want you guys to be in partnership with us, and every client you get on your show, please refer them to us. No, I would not do that.
We are not doing this because we're selfish or we don't want to promote people. We just
it's just because of personal reasons. I have friends who are NGOs in every what's the word? Almost every NGO in Lagos or every NGO in Nigeria. I have friends there. I know the reason why I'm doing it, because if I come on this person, oh, you didn't recommend me. No, so I said, if you decide to be an official partner of sex education, then we can be calling you guys out and saying that, oh, people should get services from you guys. But until then,
we don't want a situation where we call names and they say, oh, we don't identify with these people, we are not with them.
Exactly. So I don't want a disgrace and people not feeling on. No, I'm not. The last thing we want is insults. Until you're an official partner of us. Until our official partner, then we can call you out. So moving on, I know people that can also give that. Same people, I know people that provide those surgical, this thing for surgery on. But some people say, oh, I'm scared of surgery. Some people say,
write out the drugs. They want you to write out the drugs in the comment section for them once you have the opportunity.
Is that possible for me to write?
Can't you see the comment section from your own?
When I'm done speaking, I could probably do that.
Yes, when
I'm done.
Or you could do it right now. So viewers, just give us a recap as Marvelous writes out the name of the drug.
No, all I'm seeing is private chat. All I can do is private chat. Will you show it to everybody?
No, there should be a comment section from your own end. You should be able to comment.
There's a comment section, but it's only for private section. Only for private.
Hold up. Okay, so I could write the name of the drug and comment it from my own end to every word. Just send it to me in a private chat, then I'll send it. You've done that?
Okay, no problem. I think I'll do just that. Just to know how to recap.
Second comment from Adebayo again says, that's right. Genital warts are caused by virus like the HPV. My bad for including the bacteria. Thank you for the correction. Thank you, Adebayo, for commenting. Nobody is above you.
You're always welcome.
So,
you're always welcome.
If we get anything wrong, please, viewers, correct us, because we are human beings. And even medical doctors sometimes prescribe the wrong drug and be like, oh, no, please change that drug. So everybody is, everybody is human. That's the word. And a recap rather on what we have been discussing earlier. We are talking about what, if you're just joining us right now, we've talked about what is, like earlier said, we said it's a virus. We've talked about how it can, we're talking specifically about annual wart. There are other type of wart, but today's topic is about annual warts. We've seen it is gotten through unprotected sex. It can also be gotten through a discharge of spermatozoa, and it can also be gotten through an exchange in saliva glands. These are the easiest ways they can be transferred from one human to another human. We've also talked about how to prevent it by talking about this situation. If you discover you have a health situation, having this conversation rather with your sexual partner is very, very important. In short, in Canada, and I think in the US, it is a law that if you have a sexually transmitted disease or infection, you are obligated by law, especially if it has to do with HIV, you are obligated by the law of Canada to say that you are HIV positive or undetectable. It is the law in Canada. We also say keep that in your sex chat. When you're having all your romantic sex chat, oh, kiss me, I like this, I'm into this, ask them, are you STD free? Are you STI free? When last did you go for a checkup? what was your result? And if they say they have an XTD or an XTI, be matured enough to say, yes, I understand you have this, and go about it in a matured way. Mr. Marvelous Achafo, are you back with me? Because I can see Mr. Marvelous is frozen. Marvelous. We've also talked about the treatment. We've talked about the surgical treatment. We've talked about the freezing from what I heard Marvelous say. We're also talking about the drugs you can get. Marvelous has talked about it. I'm going to drop the name of the drug because honestly, I don't know how to pronounce that drug's name. I'm good in English, but sometimes my Igbo tongue just come out and my pronunciation be as if I came out from the village. I don't know which village, if it's any good village or.
Okay, I just dropped it. For you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I've seen it. I'm going to drop it in the comment section right now. So for those who ask for the names of the drug, here it is for you guys. I have dropped it in the comment section on. It's not showing. It's not showing on Periscope for those who are watching from Periscope and Twitter, but on Facebook and YouTube, you will see the name of the drug. And for you guys watching for Twitter and Periscope, please go ahead to our YouTube channel, Qrealtalk on YouTube, and you will see that on the live chat. Mr. Marvelous, can you continue for when you stop so that we can wrap up because we have only 9 minutes remaining. So let us talk about living with what? Achafo?
Okay, just
living with what, and Marvelous has another name which I'm going to post also, what scrub. So there is actually a scrub that you could use. This is very interesting to know. It is always good to be inclined educationally. So like I said before, on Twitter it's not allowing us to post on Twitter, and Marvelous is out. So please comment what you think. Did you enjoy today's program as we wait for Marvelous to come back on the live stream? Welcome, Mr. Achafo. It seems like the network in Nigeria is
I can't type. No, it's not the network. I can't type, and because of the kind of phone I use, you know my issues with my phone. I cannot type and do. Yeah, so that's why I said to the typing this thing. I would just message. I could have just told you. Just
so if we cannot type, we'll always put the names of whatever you comment after the live.
Yeah, after the live. So I think that's what we do.
We only have like 8 or 7 or 6 minutes.
Yeah. So let me just.
You talked about.
Let me just.
So just wrap up. So
let me just wrap up and say, okay, fine. For me again, I would say people, okay, the medication treatment you could use Pudifilin, like I've typed out. You could use the anal scrub to. Wat scrubs, not anal scrub. Sorry. Wat scrub. You could use Wat scrub too. I know people, in case you can't find it over the counter, but the feeling is easier to find. But in case you can't find it over the counter, I know people that could probably help you get it if I reach out to them, or probably just for you should be able to find it over the counter because distance might be a bit of a problem for you guys and your schedule too. So you could get that too. It works. I've heard from people that it works, so it might work for you. And the final one is through self-medication, or what people would call and what's the word? I'm trying to look for that word. It's the word I used before. Home remedies. Thank you. That was what I was looking for. Home remedies. So you could use green tea tree oil. Tea tree oil works fantastically well. I've heard that that's one of the most best this thing that works for. And I was when you apply it. Home remedy, yes, and when you apply it, it works. I've heard from people have given fantastic this thing. And people also say green tea too. Green tea, when you apply green tea on the warts goes away, even if it's anal or penile or even on your body, that goes away. And people also have recommended apple cider vinegar to do fantastically well. Apple cider vinegar. Yeah. They say it does well. It does fantastically well. Home remedies that do very well. Like you apply it constantly.
Apple cider vinegar. Those are the 2 remedies you could use that people have testified. If you've used home them and you have testified they work, please comment in the section your own home remedy use. But this confirmation, after doing all this home remedy, did these people go to the clinic to check if they have been cured, or they just assume they have been cured?
No, it's just like I said again, Anawas was not having cure, so let's not use cure. What do you want to just get rid of the symptoms?
if the it has to the viral load has reduced, right? That's the word.
No, the viral load is probably when you do a test. What we've the whole conversation has just been around getting rid of the symptoms. So the viral load, you probably need to visit a doctor and get treatment for. You need to get like proper medications for. But what we're talking about is just the appearance of the skin symptom. That's what we've been like all about. So if you want to like actually, if your viral load, like the viral load of that, because the virus, if you need to get it treated, then you probably need to see a doctor. But I think that in a country like Nigeria or in most third world countries, getting access to medical care, whether you like it or not, no NGO, I don't think any NGO has this thing for checking anal viral load. Or, no, I think it's only HIV that they are still focused on now. I don't even think any general hospital can. What they will just do is give you treatment to treat the skin symptoms, because when you treat them, then it's easier for the thing to disappear. So that's what we're talking about. And just finally, in treating the skin symptoms, whether we like it or not, if you treat the skin symptoms and like I said, get tested, the case is HIV, because if you have HIV, whether I like it or not, if you keep on treating that, to keep on coming back because you've not treated the source where it comes from. All you're doing is just treating the channel. You're cutting off the channel. Yeah, exactly. So you need to go to these things, because whether you like it or not, as long as you have HIV in your body that is not suppressed, you keep on having it, because anal warts or warts generally, genital warts is a skin symptom, the highest skin symptom of HIV. So you need to get it treated. But if you have checked and you don't have HIV, or you are HIV, you are taking your medications and you are getting suppressed, then you can use this. Now, finally, the last one remedy is garlic. People have said garlic works fantastically well. Garlic does one.
Do you just cut it and chew it, or do you cut it and put it?
No, you cut it and apply it there. You say you cut it and you apply it there. Yeah, you cut it and apply it there. You keep on you mash it. You mash it and mash it like paste, and you apply it there. And when you say you apply it, and when you apply it for some time, and when it starts feeling like it's getting irritating, then you wash it up. You keep on applying it again, because this kind of things might irritate you. The apple cider vinegar too might irritate you. So just keep it over that period of time. Like, let your skin just absorb it a bit, that area. And after the irritation becomes too much, then you can wash it off and do it sometime again. Some people say they do it once every 4 hours, something once every 4 hours, something once every 8 hours. Some people have given different, but once every 4 hours and once every 8 hours is what I've heard that works well. Or some people will say twice a day, just use it morning and night, but the same time. If it's 8 a.m. in the morning, 8 a.m. in the night, people have said it works fantastically well. So I tell people that please and please, sexual health is important. Try as much as possible to make sure that you do everything to preserve it, because like they say, health is wealth. Do not go about to disgrace yourself. Not disgrace yourself. Go about and health is wealth. Do not go about and start packaging yourself. Oh, the top will not know. I'll tell him to off the lights. I will say let's do it in darkness.
Let's do it in darkness. Say, honey, let there be lights.
Or the person just puts it, or the person puts his hand there and sees it, then that turns to a national shame and national embarrassment. Please and please, it is better to try and make sure that
no shame in having
getting treatment, yes, in getting help, getting solution. And tell me that, please and please, there is no shame in it.
Make I just talk about today. If you don't get them today, you feel get them tomorrow. That's not the truth about life.
Even tops can, I saw the tops too can add. Everything I've said applies to for the tops. Why I did not mention penile? Penile is like very, very hard. Yeah.
I don't have penetration. I only do orals. Please always check yourself. You can never be too sure.
Yeah, check yourself, because you can even have warts of the throat, which can be very, very dangerous once you get those ones are like extra.
When I go to the clinic, when you go to the clinic to do a general test, they ask you to do a throat swab. They ask you to do a urinary test. They ask you to do a blood test. So that's all part of your body, because like as LGBT folks, we like it or not, we are one of the highest people that have diseases, which is not something to be proud of, which is not something also to be ashamed about. It's something we need to start having the conversation. It's something we need to start realizing that it exists amongst our community. We need to use it as our greatest strength and say, yes, we understand our community has the highest rate of infection of diseases, but at the same time, we have a strong community awareness about this disease and this conversation. We have a whole supporting group, because like, I feel what our community needs now is a support group to help people, because like, apart from the world, there are so many people now who go run a general test and they discover they are HIV positive, or they've gotten an incurable diseases, and they don't have support groups to help them, to encourage them, to help them, and they feel that suicide is the next mission. And even listening to on one TV show today, I noticed, or it was said on the TV show, that 50% of Nigerian youth commit suicide. And out of those 50%, most of them, apart from poverty and all the crises in Nigeria, half of them is because they've discovered that they have an incurable disease and they don't know who to talk to. If you want to talk to us, you want to talk to myself, reach me on Instagram at PreachAZ. You want to talk to Marvelous, you want to have a conversation, reach Marvelous on Instagram at Marvelous_speaks. And we'll always be here to have the conversation with you generally every Friday. Comment beneath on this video what you think. If you love the show, what you feel we should talk about. The final was Mr. Achafo as I show the final comments from the show, and we call it off for today.
And so my final words would just be like I always say, it's never exhausted. Health is wealth. Get your health right. Get treated. There's no shame. The only shame is in hiding. The only shame is in deceiving yourself. The only shame is in thinking that, by ignoring the problem, it will go away. No, it will not go away. If you keep on ignoring the problem, it will not go away. Get treatment so that you should not get shamed. Like I said, no, there's nothing wrong in asking for solutions. People you may say, people will laugh, people will stigmatize, people will complain. What you're after is solution. And that's why I said that we're giving some solutions here that are possible. But if you still want to go the extra mile, fine and good, you can reach out to us and I can try and look for a way where I can match you with the social workers. Whether I like it or not, how do I put this thing? Just in everything, just be, what's the word? Put your health first. That's just everything. Seek for solutions first. Anyway, you have to seek for it. Like I said, I'm not the person, I'm not the moral police to tell you how to seek for solutions, but just make sure that you get solutions and do it. Not because of other people, but because of yourself. If you are doing it and saying, because of other people, this and that, hiding, no. Whether you like it or not, if you have an hour or even 10 hours, mostly an hour, it could lead to anal cancer. That you don't want to have anal cancer and cut short your life. Would you?
And let me say this out well to Nigerians living in the diaspora and those at home. When you discover you have all this disease, please, I am begging you in the name of anything you start. Don't go to church and start saying, Father, heal me. Father, remove it. Father, change it. My dear, you will die. You will die.
Can God not remove it?
Let us. Please, let me run, man. Please, Nigerians will be going to church praying. That is how my mother told me a long time about one woman. She had HIV. She went to the church. Father, heal me, Father. 7 days though. She never went to the hospital. She never took her medication. She died a very preventable, foolish death. They are solutions. They are treatment. They are way. Don't use fear. Don't use stigma. Don't use shame and kill yourself. Person will carry shame, go hospital, get cure. Better pass person wey dey for house no get cure. Please, if you have any of this, we beg you in the name of anything you serve, Jesus or Allah or whoever you serve, please go to the doctor, because at the end of the whole day, you're going to infect more people. You're going to cause a social menace in the society, and more people who don't have that courage to live like you will just commit suicide. So help us by helping yourself and help the community by doing a regular checkup. That is it from us for sex education. Thank you, everyone. And Debayo, thank you for commenting. To everyone who has been here, thank you for being on this live show. Till next Friday, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.